My name is Laura. I'm from the U.S. This is my friend John. Hi everyone. I'm John. I'm from
Hi,
Manchester.
I'm from Manchester in England.
And this is my friend John.
And I'm from Manchester in England.
We've both been teaching here about 4 years. I can speak a little bit of Vietnamese.
A little bit, chup chup.
Chup chup. John's a bit better than I am. I can get by ordering food and getting myself home in a taxi, but that's about it. John can make a little bit more conversation.
No, I basically know food.
Well, that's important.
That's about it.
It's important because we love to eat.
Yeah.
What else? Do you love Vietnamese food and people? Of course we do.
Of course. Why would we be here otherwise?
What kind of food is your favorite Vietnamese food?
I like bun thịt nướng,
Yes.
pho.
What kind of
and
pho? Do you like the beef or the chicken?
Beef, but the one that's pho Thai.
Yeah, the
Or
rare.
Thai.
I'm not sure how to say it.
I don't know.
The rare meat.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's much better.
I like that as well. I like the bun thịt nướng, but I hate the fish leaf.
Oh.
Obviously, I love Vietnamese people. I love teaching Vietnamese students. They're just a really good time. They have a good sense of humor and very competitive. They love to play games and have a good laugh in class.
What do you do in your free time when you're not teaching around Ho Chi Minh?
I like to take my motorbike out. I just got my license, so now I'm legal
Which
to
we
drive.
need. We need a license.
So I like to drive around when there's not a lot of traffic, which is usually Sunday.
And eating,
Yeah,
pretty much. Actually, I do like taking.
the interactive approach to teaching.
Way of saying cheers, but we say cheers to say thank you as well.
And like at the end of an email,
Yeah.
you would use that as a signing off. Yeah.
What about some American ones? Have you got any here?
Well, for mate, we would use like dude. Hey,
Dude.
dude. Yeah, or man. And I would call a female a man as well. Like, hey, man, what's up?
But if I was to say that, it would feel wrong. It's like the wrong
Yeah,
way to say
but
it.
now when I say it, it doesn't feel as natural. But I guess when I'm in America, it does feel natural. Or buddy. Like, hey, buddy.
Here's one that you didn't even know existed. Fortnite.
I didn't know that existed.
So, like, for 1 week, we just say it was 1 week ago.
Yeah.
If I'm talking about something that happened 2 weeks ago, I'll say a fortnight ago, which means 2 weeks. But Laura hasn't a clue what I'm talking about when I say that. So,
Well, I do now, but I
Yeah.
didn't. Yeah, that's a
Okay.
good one. Nice one.
shall we see if we've got any more questions coming through here?
Yeah. I've just got a hi. And you've got can we sing a Vietnamese song? Unfortunately,
Are you gonna sing it?
no. I'm not a very good singer, and even if I could sing a Vietnamese song, I don't think you'd want to hear it.
I can sing, but I have to be pretty drunk. I have to be on a night out with my friends
Yeah.
and drinking some beer and at karaoke, like in the
I
early
love
hours
singing
of the morning.
karaoke.
Yeah, I can sing. Like, I can't sing anyway, but
Yeah.
if I'm gonna sing, it has to be at karaoke when I've had some beer. And
Me too.
One song I've tried to sing is Em Cua Nai Hom Qua. I don't know if I said that right,
Ooh.
but I can sing it right.
See, he's better at Vietnamese than I am.
Let's go down and see if there's any more questions.
Well, we have some personal questions we've been asked.
Oh, that question was from. Oh no, Marlina.
Miley Na.
Miley Na. That's like Miley Cyrus.
It is almost like Miley.
Okay.
Okay. What do you want to do? Let's do some personal questions. We've done academic questions.
Okay, let me ask you one.
I've already done mine.
What? Oh no, this is for me. Ask me.
Okay. Mr. John, do you believe in ghosts?
No. Well, kind of, because I live on my own, so if I am kind of like late at night in my house, I can feel really, really scared, and I just have to like check all of my cupboards.
What?
And
You told me like 2 weeks ago there's no way you don't believe in ghosts.
No,
we
I don't-
talked about this
I don't
on
think
holiday,
it's not ghosts that I'm scared of. I'm scared that someone is inside my house.
like a murderer.
Yeah, I'm scared that someone has got inside. I'm scared that someone's got inside my house and they're waiting for me in a cupboard.
What they gonna do?
Kill me.
For what?
I don't know. But you believe in ghosts, right?
I do believe in ghosts.
Mm-hmm. Have
That's
you had any
why
experience with them?
I can't watch horror movies because for weeks I literally will not be able to sleep.
What was that movie that we were going to watch?
Oh, it was
few
at the
weeks ago.
theater. Crimson
Crimson
Peak?
Peak?
Crimson
Yeah.
Peak. That looked terrifying to me.
Yeah, and I was trying to persuade Laura to go, but she would not go because she had to go home and sleep alone.
Well, my roommate was out of town, and had I gone to that movie, it would have freaked me out so bad that I wouldn't be able to sleep. Sophie wasn't there to protect me. And, I was making that Halloween lesson for my classes, and I was looking at all of these scary pictures on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And I went home at like 9:30 in the evening, and 2 really scary things happened to me on my way home, and I had to call you because I was freaking out, and Sophie wasn't there to protect me. So,
One of these things happened before.
yes, which was the giant spider.
The
There was
spider-
a spider.
The size of a dinner plate.
Well, that was the one before.
Was this one smaller?
This one was a bit smaller. I think this one was like maybe about this big and black, and the body was maybe like this big. But I opened my gate and went inside, and then I go to close my gate, and where the key goes, the spider was right there on the wall, and I screamed and threw my keys, and I had to go get the doorman, Mr. Tuan, and I was trying to explain to him that there was a spider, and I didn't know how to say it in Vietnamese, so I was like, Mr. Tuan, there's a thing on the door, I can't lock it, and he had to come and save me from the spider.
That's like the second time. At my
The second
house,
time.
I have like so many bugs and creatures inside my house. I've told you before. I've
Yeah.
got scorpions, cockroaches, ants, millipedes as well. And all of these,
What's
some
the
of these are like
difference
poisonous.
between a millipede and a centipede?
Millipede has 1,000,000 legs, centipede has 100 legs.
No, they don't have 1,000,000 legs.
Something like that.
Well, surely not 1,000,000. But the centipedes are like segmented, right?
Okay, let's ask another question. What's the first thing that you do when you wake up?
I brush my teeth.
Well, that's boring.
Well, I hit snooze.
I hit snooze
I hit
about,
snooze
it takes me
1
hour to wake up,
1 hour.
at least.
Why
Yeah,
don't
I
you-
have to set my alarm for every 10 minutes before I actually need to wake up.
Okay, I snooze twice, 10 minutes, so 20 minutes, and then I get up, and then I always brush my teeth. I'm really into dental hygiene. I
Dental
like to
hygiene.
floss and brush my teeth and use mouthwash.
Well, I
Yeah.
do too, but maybe not as soon as I wake up.
Reply on this.
Okay, let's see what questions we've got.
On the second one, yeah?
no questions on the first bit.
What are the strengths of Vietnamese students in learning English?
The strengths, I guess it's just their determination. Like
Yeah.
like in order to like get a good job, in order to travel, they know that they need to.
They're
learn
motivated.
English. So they're motivated to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Dear Mr. John, how to practice pronunciation well in Vietnam? From To Chang, maybe. Pronunciation might be off. How to practice pronunciation.
Thu Trang. Yeah. Pronunciation is, I think, one of the most difficult things to do on your own.
Yeah, you really need input from a friend. I guess the only way to do it is practice
Yeah.
all the time, like at least once a day.
Yeah.
And
One of the most difficult sounds, I think, for Vietnamese learners is the sound, because I don't think there are any sounds in Vietnamese where you have to put your tongue between your teeth. It's really
so
weird.
the TH sound?
Yeah, the TH.
Oh, can I show you a way that I teach?
Voiced.
Well, so when you say th, you blow out of your mouth.
That's unvoiced.
Yeah. So I usually take this around to the class and I get them to try it. So th, th. If you can move the paper, then you can say the
Then
sound.
you're doing it right. Huh.
A little bit.
I can't do it.
Okay.
So I think that one's difficult, and sometimes I'll even tell my students to look at themselves in the mirror, because you have to have your tongue between your front teeth, or it's not possible to make the sound.
You have to show your tongue.
You have to show your tongue.
Th, th, th.
Yeah, it's kind of a horrible sound, really, but. Oh, Teacher's Day. This is another thing that came up in a question. Which Vietnamese holidays do you like? And Teacher's Day is one of them for me, because we don't have that in America.
Yeah,
Or
it's
if
really
we do,
nice.
we don't celebrate it. And it definitely makes you feel really
Appreciated. And sometimes you get some nice gifts from the students, which is always
Yeah.
good. We have another question.
Oh.
Hi, Ms. John and Ms. Laura. I want to ask, in your opinion, which is the more important, vocabulary or grammar? From Loy Soon Park. Vocabulary or grammar? I think maybe vocabulary, because the more words that you know, the more chance you have of being able to speak and put your point across.
Well, yeah, because, like, for me in Vietnamese, I know vocabulary. I don't really know much grammar, and
It does make
I
it a
can
little easier.
point and say, and I guess the grammar is understood at what I mean most of the time.
Yeah, and
just
that's the
using
same.
word.
Even in English, if you miss a few words that kind of make up a full sentence, you can usually still understand.
Yeah,
So,
but
okay.
as far as students go, I think both are obviously important.
Can you share some tips for better English listening skills? From Nung Poi.
You had a good idea about
Oh, for listening?
this one, listening, a website.
It's lyricstraining.com, and basically it's got all of the latest songs from Maroon 5, Adele, like any kind of singers that you like.
Yeah, like popular music.
Even really old songs as well. And my classes really enjoy like doing it sometimes for just for a little bit of fun, but it also helps them practice their listening skills.
Yeah, and it's
So-
something that you can do on your own and at your own pace. No one's watching you, so it's really low pressure. And it's fun as well. I think it's pretty fun. Can you write that website in the comments?
Yeah, I am.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's a great one. Here's one. Hey, Miss Laura, have you watched any Vietnamese movie? Quin Trio Phu asked me that.
Have you?
I haven't, and I really want to, but usually there's no subtitles, so I'm completely lost. I guess I have watched a little bit with some of my classes, like at break time, and they can translate for me on the spot what's happening.
But I guess that's another one of our hobbies. Not Vietnamese movies, but we do watch movies. Laura has something at her house called Bad Movie Night.
Yeah, bad
And
movies.
It's kind of funny to watch really badly made movies.
So we ordered pizza or
Lots of
maybe
pizza.
Indian food or something and have people round my house and we'll watch things like Sharknado. On Tuesday we watched Cowboys versus Dinosaurs. Fantastically terrible film. It's fun because you don't really have to pay attention and you can kind of talk through it
Mm-hmm.
and laugh when it's funny. What else?
Okay, Nang Ban Mai says, if a strange young girl runs toward you and hugs you, what would you do?
I don't know. I don't like being touched by strangers. You're not a stranger.
A strange young girl? It depends if she was in trouble. Does she need help?
Like a child.
Young girl, but strange.
Like hair in her face. Like the Ring girl.
Or the Grudge
Ugh.
girl.
Don't talk about it.
I
I'll
would
get nightmares.
just run away. Run away.
Run away.
I'll reply to that.
But she's hugging you. You can't run away. She's hugging you.
Just push and
You'd
run.
You'd push a young girl.
Yeah. It depends how young. I mean, if she was 6 years old.
I suppose, yeah, it would depend how young she was and how strange. Any other interesting questions?
Didn't we have some here?
Yeah. Bad habits.
Bad habits. Do you have any bad habits?
I do. I procrastinate. Meaning, I put things off until the last minute. And then I feel really stressed out. And sometimes I have to stay awake really late to finish something. Or finishing it right up to the deadline.
Mm-hmm.
And had I started it before, I probably would have done better.
I can't really think of any bad habits that I want to talk about. So
Oh, I like to eat late at night.
I guess that is quite bad.
It's a bad
Because it's
habit.
really bad if you're trying to lose weight, like I am.
Me too. Always.
And because as soon as you eat that food, it's gonna turn into fat overnight.
Yeah.
So, any other
Let's
questions?
go up to the top and see if anything else is coming up. Girls from the front office said that they were going to ask us some questions. I haven't seen any questions yet.
No.
Front office girls, where are you?
Hi, Mrs. Laura. Why do you choose to be a teacher of ILA? From Viet Lap Da. Ya. Da.
Is there a thing on the D or not?
There's a thing on the D, so I don't know if it's a da or ya.
It's a duh.
Okay.
If there's the...
Viet Lap Da.
Okay.
Do you remember the question?
Answer them on. Why am I a teacher at? I don't see where that question is. Maybe... Let me scroll down. Where is it, John? Point it out to me.
I can answer it. You just answer.
Okay.
You just answer the
Well, I
question.
chose ILA 4 years ago because I came here to get my teaching certification with ILA. and they offered me a job, and I really like it here, so I haven't ever wanted to get any other job. Is there any reason you chose ILA over?
I chose ILA because one of my best friends is Vietnamese, but her family moved to England like a long time before she was even born. So she actually came out to visit her extended family who are from Phan Thiet province.
Near Mui Ne, right?
And she told me to come over because it was a really nice place. It was the first time she'd been when she was like 23. So I came and I loved it.
Yeah, actually, I was recommended by a friend through a friend to work here, that it was just a really nice place to work, and I heard nothing but good things about it when I came, and yeah, it's been great.
So before you said you like to drive a motorbike.
Yeah.
Anwin says, do you like to drive a motorbike? I do. Have you had any accidents?
Yes, I've had some accidents. But really, really minor accidents. Nothing where I've really been injured that badly.
Yeah.
Luckily.
I've had like 2 small accidents.
Too small for me as well. Third time, it's gonna be brutal.
Touch wood.
Touch wood.
Um,
Superstition.
Although we did have I kind of had an accident. It's not motorbike related, but I went zip lining in Laos. Me and Laura went traveling.
Oh.
And then I got a nice little scar on my forehead. Is it on this side?
Yep.
Yeah. But usually when you have a motorbike accident, you get scars like on your arms or your knees. But now I've got one on my face.
Yeah, I've got one on my knee from a motorbike accident, but I can't complain. It wasn't terrible.
Laura, do you have any Vietnamese friends?
Yeah, I've made some really good Vietnamese friends. Some of them are maybe my past students or my current students, and a lot of them are TAs, teaching assistants that I work with when I teach young learners,
Yeah.
like teens
Well, that's how
or
we
younger.
meet Vietnamese people.
Yeah.
Usually through our teaching assistants.
It's usually through work, or there are some. I live in a house, but the Vietnamese family lives at the top, and each floor has different apartments, and so I speak with them a lot. I would consider them my friends.
Yeah, and I guess where I live, there are no Western people. It's all Vietnamese
Yeah.
people. Even if a lot of them don't speak very good English, you kind of get to know them. And they smile and say hello. So not really friends, but like you kind of like feel welcome in the area where I live.
Yeah. Which, this is not your first apartment here. It's not mine either. I've had 2 apartments, and I think I prefer my apartment now in
Your apartment is amazing.
Binh Thanh district. It's lovely.
I've lived in District 3, Binh Thanh, and now I live in District 1.
Okay. Min Huang asked, which part of Vietnam have you visited?
Which part? That's a long answer.
I know.
Because we've been
Can we
to a
talk
lot.
about the parts that we haven't been? Because we've been to most of the places, like big city-wise, Sapa, Hanoi, Ha Long Bay, Da Nang, Nha Trang,
Phu Quoc?
Phú Quốc, Đà Lạt, Mui Ne, Vung Tau.
Yeah. A few places in the Mekong Delta.
I've not done the Mekong Delta cruise.
I did that when my family visited.
Oh, I'm not.
I just had a good one.
I don't think I'm.
What is your biggest fear?
Ghosts and demons?
Ghosts and demons.
We've covered that.
My biggest fear is being fat forever.
That's your biggest fear?
Yeah.
That's a superficial fear.
But it's a worthy one because I'm trying to lose weight and hopefully I can continue to do that.
And you've been doing a great job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bill Brewer. Is there any... Oh no.
I don't know the answer to that one.
On this, as you respond to the second one, are you answering from yourself? Because I'm answering from Islay.
Oh,
Are you answering with Islay or with John Fitton?
I think I'm answering. No, Islay.
Islay. That's okay.
Oh well.
We are Islay. It is coming from us. Fear not.
How do I pick a foreign school if I want to study abroad?
Oh, I get asked that a lot by my students. We have the international office downstairs, but to be honest, I don't know that much about it.
I think the main thing is to pick a country that you want to visit,
Yeah.
and then choose a school after that. Like, make sure you go into a place if you've got family there, or if it's just a place that you're really interested in going to, and
Yeah.
then choose a school. And I think ILA can help with that.
Yeah, Islay has what is the office called? Overseas
Study Centre.
Study Center. I think choosing a school, like at my university, we did foreign exchange. So, for example, I went and studied in Spain, and someone from Spain came and studied in Montana. So we switched, and I paid the same amount as I would pay to go to school in Montana
Mm-hmm.
as I did to go to school in Spain. So maybe having a look at different exchange programs would be a good idea.
I'm sorry, there's an amazing question
Yeah.
that we have to
What
answer.
is it?
Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
100 duck-sized.
And this is from
Horses.
Bruce Longmire. Oh no, don't click that.
Okay, so a duck is about this big. Well, if a horse, how would,
So if a duck is the size of a horse, that'd be pretty scary. But then if you had
but
100,
what could a duck do to you?
if you had
hurt
100
you?
duck-sized horses, or one horse-sized, I don't understand.
Okay, well, a horse-sized duck would be really big,
Yeah,
but what you'd have to assume
or
that it
100 duck-sized.
would be attacking you.
Oh, I guess the horses would be the size of a duck. I get it
Yeah.
now. So they'd be really cute.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
They'd be like this big, the little horses.
But you'd be fighting them. Well, no, I guess a duck would only.
You
be
wouldn't
fought
need to
this
fight
way.
them because if they were that big, you'd just kick them.
Well, it says that you're fighting.
Okay, 100 duck-sized horses.
That's what you're saying. Is 100 duck-sized horses. I guess it would depend for me if I had a weapon, and how aggressive they were. I mean, if they.
Well, if they're a horse, they can't hold a weapon.
But they could bite you.
No, but they're that big, you could just kick them.
You're pushing girls. You're kicking baby horses.
You're making me out to be a really cruel person. Have you ever lost your way? What did you do? Pham Nguyen.
Lost my way.
I guess lost your way in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh. Have you ever got
Oh my
lost?
god, I've been so lost before. So lost that I had to go into a place I thought was potentially a hotel of some kind and ask them to call a taxi and pay the taxi to drive me back to District 1. And I followed the taxi on the bike.
I got lost because I thought I was being really clever.
Really embarrassing.
I drove out to the airport to drop someone off or something
At the airport or near the airport?
at the airport.
Okay.
And then I thought there would be an easy way to drive back if I went through Phu Nhuận district. And I got lost for about 3 hours. The only way I could get back was by seeing the Bitexco Tower.
Yeah, the Bitexco Tower has saved me before. I
It's
just
a
beeline
beacon.
it for it. Yeah. I look at it or try to find it in the skyline somewhere because I'm used to the countryside where I have mountains and things to help me find my way, but here it's just buildings really to help.
Oh, we didn't reply to that. What is most difficult in a teaching career? Let's skip that one.
No, I think for me it would be times, like once in a while, if I feel really homesick. I think that's the biggest thing for me is when, like if something at home is going on and I'm so far away, it takes my mind off of my work.
I guess that's the thing, like teaching is fine, but when you're teaching so far away from home,
That's what is the most difficult.
that can make it difficult.
Only occasionally, like if something big is going on, or maybe I haven't talked to someone from home for a long time and I feel out of touch, that can be difficult.
Okay. Any other questions?
This one from Loy Soon Park. She's asked another question that we've answered, but
Yeah.
this one was good. Some students in Vietnam just study English for scores. They don't find any fun in English, but their parents just say to them to study hard. So what do you think about this problem? This is something I think my teenage students talk about a lot, because their parents pressure them into making good scores. And hopefully by learning at ILA,
They will get good scores anyway.
they will get good scores and they will enjoy learning English because we play a lot of games and we try to make it interesting. There aren't any on my screen. There are not any on my screen. No questions.
Let's have a look.
Refresh. Change the refresh. What's yours? Yours is the MacBook Pro.
Find a question, ask it.
Okay, here we go. Ah. Oh, there's more. Yay. Some of them are in Vietnamese.
Can you do the translation?
Maybe. Let's go down and see if there's any in English. No. That's great one.
It's at the very top.
Yeah? Okay. Let me see. Oh, look at that little cute. My friends, I'm watching TV directly from Vietnam ILA. Look at how cute that little emoji is.
What is that? Phoenix and Ferb?
I don't know, it's like a little fox or dog and maybe two dogs. Let's see this one. What's the translation? I posted the question, it's done, and now watching live. From Nung Poi. You seen a question from
No.
Poi? No? Let's see this one. Do we always wait until the day to talk with our teachers out of Asia? I don't know if that translation came through properly. I'm class of you. I love you so much. So online to talk directly to you. Emoji. Then my.
I don't have any questions.
My is from Hanoi. Lovely.
Does she have a question?
Your
Because I
comment?
don't have any questions. Everyone do.
Fantine. Okay, let me write down some of these names and then we'll. Can you go to the one with all the questions, John, and find these people's questions?
Mr. Victor was around and could help us define some questions in English.
Okay, this one here. Can you search for these two names and their questions? Tan Tien and Noon Boy. Probably not saying that right. I'm very sorry. An Nguyen. To see directly, always liked too much.
Okay, here's a question.
Please. Yeah.
Have you ever enjoyed Tet holiday in Vietnam? How do you feel about this Vietnamese holiday? So we've been here for 4 years,
Yeah.
and I guess I've spent 2 Tet holidays in Vietnam, and 2 where I've gone outside.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I've been to Malaysia one time and maybe Thailand or something. Oh yeah, we went to Thailand, I think.
We went to Thailand and I went home for one.
I
don't
really enjoy being here when it's Tet.
I like it when it's Tet. The night of Tet, when it's so busy. I think I liked it the first time because it was exciting, but I
It's
kind
really
of,
strange because it's really quiet, like during the
During
day,
Tet.
and then the day, like the celebration of Tet in District 1 is really busy.
really busy.
But I really like Tet in Da Nang. I think I went to Da Nang or Nha Trang. Because it's really beautiful. They've got loads of flowers. They do have it in Ho Chi Minh, but there's more in Da Nang.
Oh, okay. There, I see Long Poi. Can you share some tips for better English listening skills? Yes. We talked about the website, the lyrics trainer, before. Other things, anything that you can do to listen to English, like movies
movies.
with subtitles, music, podcasts, the news, basically any kind of